Hey guys, TYT Sports Waiver Wire, Jason Rubin sitting in for you. You actually look like a younger version of Ben Mankewicz.
That's what I usually say for some clips that I'm Ben Mankewicz circa 1985.
Okay.
Not trying to age Ben too much here, but that's what I go with.
1982, yeah.
1982.
That's good, yeah.
Obviously, Chris, LissWaiverWire.com. Did I already say I'm Heather Ankeny? I'm Heather Ankeny. Let's, I can't believe that we're already on week 9. Guys, it's almost time for Josh Gordon to come back.
I know, but this is going to be where it's painful because you got 2 weeks of 6 teams on bye.
Yeah.
I have Gordon a bunch of places, and I was like, this isn't that bad. You can keep him. You know, it's not that painful. This is where you get squeezed. So we'll see.
Are we going to pick
Do
him
we
up on
know
the wire
when
this
he's
week?
coming back
He's not gonna
exactly?
be
Week
available.
12 or is it week
12,
12?
because the Browns will have a bye, I think, in week 11.
He's not eligible until week 12.
Well, he's,
whether
yeah,
or
he's
not
10 weeks off, and then plus the bye, week 12.
Yeah.
So
we'll see.
all right.
Who are we going to grab this
BS.
week?
He should have obviously been given like 0 to 2 games. All right. Everyone knows that's a joke. All right, let's talk about waiver wires this week. One of my favorite guys who I called, then dropped, and now I'm going to say pick him up again, Lorenzo Taliafaro. I had a feeling he would have a good game this week.
Why?
I don't know. I just felt like Pierce has been so bad. Then he got hurt, and he's kind of their hammer at the goal line. He made some nice runs. He actually didn't have to run anyone over. He just made a nice cut, and he just walked in the end zone twice. I think that he's here to stay. I think it's going to be him and Forsett, and that's just how it's going to go the rest of the way.
And especially for these next 2 weeks.
The next several weeks, yes. I think Taliafaro is a good play.
Okay.
He may be on bye one of these weeks. I don't think it's this week. Martavis Bryant, I think it's pretty obvious. He had a big game. They throw deep to him. He's fast. He's big. Roethlisberger is now diversifying the offense a bit, and their defense isn't good. This isn't the old Steelers. They're going to have to throw. Roethlisberger also. Obviously, he's not going to do what he did again ever in his career. They should have let him get the record, with the last 2 minutes. If it was Peyton Manning, they would have gotten him the record, the 33 extra yards he needed for the all-time passing yardage in a game record.
Is that what the record he
With
did
2 minutes left, they would have had a ceremony. They would have, they would have had a whole bunch of, women come out and do whatever. It would have,
You hate Peyton Manning so much.
No, Peyton Manning is such a charade. The whole, Peyton Manning's a saint.
Side note, I watched the Terrell Davis 30 for 30 of whatever it was, his was it there, or in a football life. Anyway,
Yeah, right.
And they did the same thing when he broke 2,000 yards, and that was years ago. So it's not just Peyton Manning.
Yeah,
I mean,
Denver.
Stuff stopped. An announcement was made.
I know.
Taps
Who
on
gives a better
heads.
press conference?
Yeah.
Or post-game interview?
Anyway, back to the wire.
Okay, yeah, Terrell Davis is boring also. Dante Moncrief, another big game. I mean, his first big game and a real breakout. And, Hakeem Nicks, again, didn't do anything. And Reggie Wayne's week to week. And even if Wayne comes back, though, now there's this new weapon. He's going to be hard to rely on, but I think as like a third receiver, bye weeks, you can use him. Mark Ingram. Now, I don't know if people still left him on the waivers or they picked him up now that he's back. He is a top 10 running back the rest of the way.
He looks so good.
Yeah, he looks like Terrell Davis. That's the guy actually I was thinking of because he's getting 6-8 yards and people are just barely getting him before he breaks a big one, and then in the end the defense is tired, he breaks a touchdown. Yeah. And I just think that's not changing. The Saints are run blocking great this year. Mark Ingram's huge. Maybe not on your waiver wire, but on a couple. Andre Williams, I think Rashad Jennings is still a week or two from coming back. He hasn't been very good. But
how about Jonathan Stewart, running back?
The only issue, he looked good in that game, actually, and it was a tough, Seattle's not as tough as they were. But the problem with him is D'Angelo Williams is coming back this week. So I don't know if you can count on his workload. Bobby Rainey, they're looking to trade Doug Martin. That may or may not get done.
Oh, yeah.
But Bobby Rainey catches passes. I think he's a little bit more overall skilled. Charles Sims, the other guy in Tampa, was on the IR designated return this week. He can return. Very, very good pass catcher in college. PPR leagues, I think Charles Sims makes a little bit of sense. I said Roethlisberger. Allen Robinson, maybe out there still. He looks like it's either Shorts or him as the number 1 guy for Blake Bortles. Big guy with some decent speed, scored a touchdown last game. Jonas Gray on the Pats, running back. Ran with power and a little bit of burst. I think that Stephen Ridley role was valuable before Ridley started fumbling all the time. And if they trust Gray to hang onto the ball, that's going to be a valuable role, especially with the offense clicking.
51 points scored in Sunday's game, 31 and a quarter. They're going to need to run out the clock at some point.
They will at some point, yeah. They like to run it up, but I think there's a role for Gray, and I think so far he's got it. Theo Riddick, Reggie Bush is still iffy with the hamstring week to week, and Riddick caught a lot of balls. Drake Bell looks bad. I mean, Riddick could be their top guy. So
Drake Bell looks bad, or Detroit Lions coaching just looks really
horrific.
bad?
Unwatchable. I didn't even set the alarm. I just waited until the fourth quarter.
Oh, that's funny. How about Jason Morrow, tight ends?
I didn't really have him on my list.
No?
No.
All right. Any tight ends on your list?
Amaro, he's going to get targets, but with Percy and Decker and then Vic's back and who knows. Do I have a tight end on my list? I don't think I do actually have a tight end on my list.
All right.
A couple more guys. Michael Vick is going to get the start. Always got to like Michael Vick.
But he looks so good. He looks so good this week, too.
I have to interject on this one because I'm
kidding,
a big
obviously.
Michael Vick fan,
Yeah.
and not Michael Vick, the NFL player, not Michael Vick, the dog killer.
Yeah.
Not
Thanks.
like when he was on the Falcons, very exciting. I gave him the nickname. This has never caught on, but the greatest show on grass. And now that he's the starting quarterback,
that was
for the
Josh
Jets,
Gordon.
Well, but that's actually really funny. But with Vick. In one of my fantasy leagues, I have Russell Wilson. I'm starting Vic over Wilson this week out of pure love for the player. This is not the best fantasy.
So you
move,
don't really play fantasy football.
I do play fantasy football, but this is not the best move. But I've always been out to prove that you can win with Michael Vick as a starting quarterback, and I've done it before.
All right, well, let me know how that goes next week.
Okay, two more guys. Kenny Britt with Brian Quick out for the year. Devontae Adams looks like the rock-solid number 3 in Green Bay. And then Jordy Nelson gets doubled. They don't look to him. They got Adams a lot of targets, big and fast. Great situation, obviously. And finally, John Brown, who made the great play to win the game. We'll talk about that a little bit more later.
Yeah, for sure.
But they didn't throw to Michael Floyd. I don't know if he's hurt or what happened to Michael Floyd.
I had a question, but we're going to talk about that game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's
All right,
it.
well,
Those
cool.
are my guys.
All right, good luck in week 9, you guys. And rotowire.com/TYT to check out all of Chris's articles.
Yes.
And
All of our articles, not just
subscribe
mine.
and watch. Thank you.